So just recently we got the brand new Spider-Man 2 Stoley trailer, and oh my god, does this game look even better than what my expectations were pulling at it, because this game looks phenomenal. And we got so much more revealed in this trailer. A relationship between Peter and Harry, we see more of the character models updated. We saw Miles' new hair, are you kidding me, he looks like Dwight Howard's son. And of course we got to see Venom, and he was the best part of this trailer. Let's face it, he was the best one, and it was easily the best one that I've seen of Venom, and definitely the design is up there and on point. However, there are some things I want to deep dive into this trailer in this video, so that's exactly what we're going to do today. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel, and check out the merch down below. And without further ado, let's get into this trailer analysis. Let's go. It starts off with Peter and Harry talking at the Midtown High School, and it seems to be they're sitting on some kind of bench. And it also seems to like they're talking about being, oh yeah, we're going to heal the world. And keep in mind, that will show up at the end of this video. And this is actually probably the main hint that we might get, knowing that Harry will become Venom in this game. So make sure to look out for that one. The next part we see in the trailer is Spider-Man and Miles jumping off the building. And it seems to be that we get transitioned into a kind of city. And it seems to be like we're getting in, it gets eventually transitioned into Coney Island, which is incredible. And there's a few Easter eggs that go around on this thing. First of all, there is the Hydro Man little stall thing. A lot of people are pointing this towards being Hydro Man is going to be confirmed in this game. I have no idea. I mean, that could just be a little thing that they could just be talking about. I don't believe they're actually going to put Hydro Man in this game, unless it's going to be Far From Home again, but I highly doubt that. And also, because Hydro Man was such a big guy in the comics, I don't think he's that important to be put in this game. I'd rather have him focused on Yuri as Wraith, or like another character, another side mission character. I wouldn't want to see him in the main story. I'd rather keep this main game focused on Venom and Kraven only. So that's my theory for that one. The very big Ferris wheel in the back, some actually led some players to believe that we're going to see Big Wheel in this game. Now, I personally don't think he will show up in this game, even though we did see him in Miles Morales as a collectible. But I don't really particularly think we can see him in this game. I think it would be a kind of a goofy kind of a cameo if we ever did see him. But it's a nice little touch to show that Spider-Man's history, and I guess it's pretty cool that they've got the Ferris wheel named after him, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's a pretty flex, if anything, having a wheel named after you. And the last sort of villain in this whole picture of Coney Island is that we see on the right hand side Speed Demon. Now, this guy was a character in the Marvel universe who's kind of like the Marvel alternative of Reverse Flash from DC. But yeah, a lot of people are speculating, could we see this guy in there? And I said, I don't think he will. I think he may just be a possibly save for the next game and made a side character, because I have no interest in actually seeing this guy in this game, because I don't think he's going to be that big of a deal when it comes to the side missions. I'd like to see a much better, more fleshed out villain, maybe like seeing Return of Rhino, because we still know Rhino was out there. We haven't seen much else of him yet. Yes, Miles broke down his armor in Miles Morales, but that doesn't mean he's dead. He's still out there and he's still kicking ass. So I'd love to see another appearance from Rhino in this game. That's something that not many people are talking about. And in the next shot, we obviously see it is still pictured in Coney Island, and we see Peter, Miles, MJ, Harry and Genki, and everyone is getting, well, Peter is mainly introducing Genki, Harry to Miles, and it seems like Miles is getting very jealous as he says that we aren't going to have time for any more training, which kind of means that Peter and Miles' relationship might go back and forth in this game, which I'm actually quite excited for. Like, I've never really seen that kind of side to Peter Parker, and if it will also probably lead to a boss fight when he eventually the symbiote clings onto him and makes him lose his mind. I'd love to see a Miles versus Peter boss fight in this game, which would be it would break the video game industry. If that was a boss battle, holy shit, get that in this game right now. That would be nuts. And this really trailer takes a little turn for the kind of worst, as we see Kraven and his new henchman with a brand new bear looking thing on his head, and we see that he's obviously taking place in some kind of centre of some sort. I thought it was a shopping mall at one point, but it does look like some kind of research facility that Spider-Man's investigating, and obviously Kraven has to burst through the gate or burst through the roof or whatever. and he has to track down Spider-Man. I'm assuming this is where we're getting this part, and I can't say, a lot of people have been misguiding this whole thing, but oh my god, the new advanced suit looks incredible. I love the blue, I love the red, and I love how everything, it just comes together from the first suit and just cranks up to 10 times that, and it looks phenomenal. I can't lie, it looks incredible. And this is the first time in the trailer where you actually see Peter unsymbioted with the web wings, which I can't lie is a beautiful shot. I might actually have to get this on my wallpaper for my monitor because this looks insane. I actually think it could be one of the best images we've seen in this game, but there's also a great other image we've seen with Rio in this trailer, which I'll cover. The next shot, we actually do see Aunt May's house, and obviously from what we know from the San Diego Comic-Con is that Peter took over the Aunt May's house obviously after she died in the first game, and we get our first new look at the new improved MJ. She actually looks a lot less annoying than she did in the first game. Actually, I prefer her hair down than her hair up, because I personally think that she did look a little bit annoying, because yeah, I'm just glad she matured a little bit, that's what I'm saying, because I think they've done a really good job in this MJ here. Fast forward a couple of shots and we see Peter going on some kind of undercover butler mission with his black suit on, and if he probably doesn't do the dance with that suit on, like, this game's ruined already. If he doesn't do the Billy Maguire dance, like, come on, you're missing out on a big opportunity here. But it looks like he's been sent on some kind of mission to uncover something about Craven or some shit. But I love to see how well this would go, and if he does the dancing, it's props to him, I guess. We also see some kind of robot dog in this game attack Spider-Man. I know we've seen this in the gameplay trailer, and it does look very, very similar to I don't know, but it does look a lot like Ghost Rider's bike. The head of it does look like Ghost Rider, so I have no idea if this is supposed to be a part of, I don't know, it just feels like if this was Ghost Rider's dog or some shit. But I know he's not in the game, but I don't know if that would be a little nod to Ghost Rider, as the head does look very similar to what is on his bike, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, obviously these dogs might be Cravens, but they look absolutely fucking fierce, I'm telling you that. And yeah, it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of dog enemies in this game that are probably going to drive me nuts, but I mean, you've got Spider-Man to settle for it, so it doesn't really matter. And then we eventually see like what some people have been seeing, the origin of the symbiote with a very mysterious person with glasses on. Now a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, this could be young Kirk Connors, but I'm thinking this is an entirely different new take. But I believe this is a younger version of Norman Osborn. Hear me out, right? I believe this is how he caught the symbiote and stored it in the tank for, obviously, because we saw at the end of the original game. And I believe this is actually Norman Osborn that captures the symbiote for himself with his Oscorp guards, because they're next to him, I'm pretty sure, in that trailer. And he stores it in the tank, and that is what helps repair Harry. And I know everyone's saying, oh yeah, Kirk Connors, he looks a lot like Kirk Connors, but to me, I feel like this is a very much younger version of Norman Osborn. And no one's really said this, and through all these videos that people have been doing, I feel like this could be Norman Osborn over Kirk Connors. I know everyone's been saying, oh, he looks like Rhys Ifans, but he's not Rhys Ifans, let's face it, he's not the Amazing Spider-Man Lizard. He looks a lot, I know, I'm telling you, he does look a little bit like a younger Norman Osborn. Yes, he might not have the red ginger hair, but I mean, you can kind of see some kind of red in there. So I'm actually thinking this could possibly be Norman Osborn, because he does look a little bit like him. And yes, because we've actually seen Kirk Connors at the end of Miles Morales, he does have more brown hair, and he doesn't have like super like long kind of hair with glasses on. So I don't know, he doesn't look particularly like Kirk Connors to me. I think he could be Norman Osborn or some other guy, but I believe this could be a younger version of Norman Osborn. But yeah, hear me out, boys. In the next shot, we get a shot that I was so excited for when I first saw it. We have the return of Martin Lee from Spider-Man PS4, which I thought was a great surprise. I didn't even see it coming, but Miles looks pissed, obviously because he killed his dad and everything, and I believe this is going to be one hell of a boss fight. And I know he might not be able to escape, but I'd love to see Martin Lee continue through to the next game as well, because I think he'd be even more of a threat even than that game. But yeah, I cannot wait to see the Miles Morales fight. I cannot wait to see how he deals with Martin Lee. He probably shreds him apart, I'm imagining, after killing his father. So yeah, another great scene from this incredible trailer. And someone I forgot to point out, guys, is of course that we see finally Wraith and Yuri Watanabe come together and become the vigilante she was always meant to be in this incredible still image. This looks probably the best Wraith image I've seen, even though I've not seen much of her in the comics, but oh my god, she looks nuts, and she's definitely going to cause a lot of catastrophe in this game, I can definitely tell. In the next shot, we actually get Mary Jane hiding from Peter, and he looks pissed. All I can see is he looks like he has lost control completely. The symbiote is just oozing out his back, spikes are everywhere, and I genuinely believe he is going to cause some shit in this chaos. And I believe that we might actually get an MJ mission where we're actually hiding from Peter Parker, which is going to be pretty funny after all the missions that we've had to do in the last game. So yeah, pretty funny, and pretty funny if you do say so myself. So yeah, honestly, that'd be an incredible mission, and I think Peter's going to absolutely lose his shit from the symbiote. In the next shot, we do see Miles going into some kind of Kraven the Hunter kind of territory, as we see some new villains we've not actually seen before. And it does look kind of intrigue me that this could be infiltrating Kraven's house. I know a lot of people have been saying that. Some people have been saying, oh yeah, it's just Kraven's joint or whatever. But it could actually be his house, because in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game from 2014, we did see something very similar, and we kind of saw Kraven's house as Peter Parker before he drugged us and everything. So I believe this actually could be Kraven's house that we break into in this game, hence all the henchmen. And in the next little shot, we do see Spider-Man on top of the Lizard, but of course, because of the roar that Lizard is protruding in this shot, it seems to actually infiltrate Peter's perception with the symbiote, as it seems to like it's like a really weak to noise, which we have seen the symbiote do in the past, but in this version it doesn't seem to be very weak to fire, and we'll see that in Venom as well. It doesn't actually seem like we're going to see a little bit of like fire like weakness. I think it may just be about sound, and it probably just sound only, because I think that's probably the best way to do it. We've already seen interpretations of the symbiote be a part of sound before, so I'm assuming they're just going to keep going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, honestly, such a cool image too. I mean, look how good that image is, man. I mean, that's something else. If that gets in a poster or some kind of wallpaper, like the one with the websuit, get that on my wallpaper, boys. Let's go. And in the next shot, this is where the trailer gets very, very interesting, as we see Harry kind of walking out of, it looks to be Oscorp, I could be wrong, but he seems to be holding a cane in his right hand, which seems to be like he's becoming weaker and weaker without the symbiote, and he actually needs the symbiote to come back, hence the Venom at the end of the game, or the trailer. But I genuinely believe that we are going to see Harry as Venom in this game. Everything points in this trailer that we're going to see Harry as Venom in this game, and if you don't want to say, oh yeah, it's Peter, I don't believe Peter's going to get it at all. I just know he's going to get the symbiote, and he's not going to become Venom at all. But I do believe it will eventually get passed on to Harry again, and he will become the big Venom, beastly Venom that we've seen at the end of this trailer. So yeah, honestly, and we also see in the next shot where he throws something out the window of anger. Everyone's been saying, oh yeah, it's like some kind of computer thing or whatever, but I believe he's just chucked something from his apartment in the penthouse, because it seems to be in the penthouse from the first game that he's in, and he seems to be just like chucking some shit because he's so angry. And I don't believe it's anything important. I just think he just chucked like a glass out, or like some kind of device out that he can't, or it could be a phone, I don't know. I mean, you can't really see it properly because of how blurred it is from him throwing it out. But yeah, I mean, it could be anything, but I mean he was angry in that kind of portion of time. After this shot, we actually do see Symbiote Spider-Man let out this crazy kind of finishing move where he just impales every enemy around him, which I think was so fucking badass when I first saw it. And it seems to actually show off the symbiote's true power in this game. And also, besides that, we also get a very similar shot with Miles just using his blue Venom Strike energy from I think where he got from the end of the game from Miles Morales, and he just seems to spurt that out against other enemies as well. So I kind of like the kind of contrast between both of them, showing that these guys could eventually fight, and showing that they have kind of similar kind of abilities, but it's kind of not the same because symbiote and lightning. And obviously from all the marking we've seen with this game, I genuinely do believe that we're going to see Miles versus Peter, and Miles defeating the symbiote for Peter, which we might see, and eventually going on to Harry, and that's how he becomes Venom. That is my big theory for this whole game. And of course, the one you're all waiting for is when Harry eventually says, or Venom tells him, that we are going to heal the world, and then we get the amazing Venom introduction. I can't stress how amazing this Venom design looks. It takes so much great things that we've known about Venom in the past and just cranks up to 11. I love the spider logo, I love how beastly he is, because that's what I've always associated with Venom, as being a very beastly character. And he also kind of represents just strongness, and obviously when he was on, I believe that could have been someone's jet. I have no idea whose jet that is. It could be Kraven's. But obviously we do see that the symbiote isn't allergic to fire, which I find very peculiar, because we obviously have seen fire like damage the symbiote, but as we said with Symbiote Spider-Man, it doesn't seem like it's actually going to damage the symbiote in any way in this game. It just seems to be all about sound. So, and it seems like that's how Peter and Miles are going to actually end up defeating Venom, whoever that may be in this game. So yeah, I mean, a lot to talk about in this video, but that was phenomenal, man. The trailer was just incredible. So that brings us to the end of this video, guys. Let me know down below what you think of this whole trailer. Did it meet your expectations? Was it good? What are you? How hyped are you for this game? And yeah, man, just make sure if I missed out anything in the comment section, let me know down below. Yeah, just keep it coming. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'm pumped for Spider-Man 2, man. I've made that very clear from making quite a few videos on it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.